We took some L's but still prevailed, I'm blessed, I ain't stressed. A lot of signs you gotta peep on this road to success. Got heavy eyes cause I don't sleep, I'm on the road to that check. Got blood in my flesh, run it up to invest. I cut some people off, we had to level up, ain't letting up.
There go Liz, y'all. Alright, y'all, I want to introduce you to Liz. Liz is the owner operator of Black-owned Black Business Solutions, Bob's LLC, and she has been my mentee for
9 months.
9 months, almost a year, y'all. So I wanted to introduce you to her, and maybe we can ask her some juicy questions. So everybody, Liz, introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, people. Do one of Walter's things. Hey, people.
Hey, people.
Hey, peoples.
Well, see if I can.
Well, I'm Liz. I am the owner of Black-owned Black Business Solutions LLC, aka Bob's. We're out of Alabama, and I have been a mentee of Christy's since we started the business, and one of the best decisions I've ever made. Did not understand how beneficial having a mentor was going to be for me, which was great because this is not the type of business. It's no difference from like when you go in to get your CDLs or something like that. When you get your CDLs, they put you in a truck with a trainer. Well, when you get these box trucks and you only have your own regular driver's license, and you're driving these trucks under the 26,000 pound weight limit, 26,001 weight limit, you think you can just jump in these trucks and go, and that's not the case. You got to have somebody that's already in this business to help you understand what the do's and don'ts are, understand about FMCSA, DOT rules and regulations, how to talk to brokers and dispatchers and everything. So having you and Walter as mentors for me has been very, very detrimental and beneficial to my business for the success that I have already.
Very good, very good. Well, it's been a pleasure being your mentee. Liz is so funny, you guys. But we all bring something to the table in the mentorship program. When we meet on the weekends, every other weekend, we all bring something to the table. So it's not like, I don't know how other people's mentorship program is, but I just basically want to be there for you. And if I had an answer, I have it. If I don't, I try to figure out how to go get it, or we'll figure it out together. You know what I mean? So it's really been a pleasure, but I want to ask you a few questions.
Come on.
Okay. So question number one, what made you now you're already an entrepreneur.
Right.
When I met you, you were kind of in the background, right? Because you were closing up another business. I don't know if you were closing it up or if that season was just coming to an end.
I was actually putting it on hold. So
okay.
I'm a licensed professional counselor in 2 states.
Okay.
I was actually putting that business on pause when we signed up with you. Right. And there was somebody else in the forefront. Right. Which was Denitria Ford. Right.
Her partner was in the forefront, and she was just the person I heard in the background going, ask her this. Right.
Right. So when as I was closing up the practice, my partner decided to transition into getting her own CDLs. Right. That was something that she had been looking into for years, and she felt that this was the perfect time for her to go ahead and maneuver into that pathway. Right. So that kind of thrust me into a position to choose between my private practice and the trucking business. Gotcha. Well, in that moment, the trucking business was taking care of both businesses. Right. So it didn't make any sense to keep my practice open and put the trucking business on hold when it was actually taking care of the financial obligations of both.
You know, a lot of people say, is it really money in trucking? And Liz just said something really vital, you guys. She said, what business was taking care of both of your businesses?
My trucking business was taking care of both of my businesses.
Very good. So, yes, there is money in trucking. You just got to have the right people to help you figure out the right avenues. So, why the trucking business? What made you guys decide this is what we want to do?
Well, this has always been a dream and aspiration of mine anyway, because my mother was a truck driver when I was very young. It was something that I always said I was going to get into, never did. Sometimes, so this is what a lot of people don't understand too. My first business financed the trucking business. And this is why business credit is very important, because you never know when you are going to need financial assistance for your business. So it's very beneficial and very vital to build business credit. Now, I understand when people was talking about, get the Loves cards, get the gas fuel cards, this, that, and the other. If they're not net 30s, net 15s and stuff like that, those are not beneficial. Get you some business credit cards and stuff like that. Make sure you're with D&B, which is Dun and Bradstreet. You have a Dun and Bradstreet number. Actually, setting your business up properly. I didn't even know about Dun and Bradstreet until I just so happened to need the number for something and didn't even know I had a number.
Sign up for the mentorship program. Now, I think Liz might have found out before we discussed it, but these are things that you learn in the mentorship program.
So this is a vital reason of why you are to establish and set up your business appropriately. So like I said, that business actually started this business and everything. So being in the trucking industry has always been in the background of my mind. And I was actually literally sitting one day doing notes, and I started looking at videos. I can't remember the first guy's video that I started watching, and then I saw a video of you and Walters, and y'all were more entertaining to me. And then I continued to keep watching, and then I said, I'm doing this. I'm doing this.
Good.
Now look, I didn't say it like that. I said, F this, I'm doing this. But for the sake of YouTube,
we get the point.
Yeah.
We gonna do this. So you guys come into the trucking business, and I believe when I first met Denitra, you guys already had like your authority and LLC and all, because being a business person, you already knew to take care of the business aspect of it, I'm sure. So you signed up for the mentorship. You guys hit the road running. I believe your authority went active a few days later. She hit the road running on the load board. There's very little I had to help her with because she was determined to find loads. But your journey in trucking was a little different in the beginning than it is now. So what did you primarily, let's talk about what you did first. What did you primarily, like, type of load you ran, and what was it like in the beginning when you first got started?
First, we was doing a lot of smuggling from Texas into Alabama. No, we wasn't. No.
This one I got to deal with all the time. All the time.
No, real time. So to be honest, your so Christy talks about in her videos about putting together carrier packets. That was after we got everything together. That was one of outside of getting everything done with FMCSA, getting our truck and everything, signing up for the mentor program. The fourth thing we did was those carrier packets. And I started going out, like you said, and started talking to local broker brokerage companies to see about getting introduced into the introducing myself to them, and making sure that I was trying to get my business name out there.
Right.
We also got business cards and all of that. So that is another very important component, because I literally went to one brokerage company that to this day they never called me back, but there was a second brokerage company that was right next door to them, and they called me. They didn't even call me.
Hold on. Okay. I'm sorry now. Remember where you at?
Yeah, I can trade sides back.
Okay.
Get back on your good side. This is good, yeah.
That's your good side?
Yeah.
I keep it in the shed. I got a tool shed, a big tool shed. I keep it in there.
Whatever.
That's
Instagram, that's YouTube.
We had to get started with FMCSA, and then we got our truck and everything situated. Now, I did start with FMCSA, but did not understand about the MC number part.
Right.
But that's something totally different. Then we got our truck. We got our carrier package completed. And like I said, I started from watching the videos. I started going out within my city district. I looked up brokers and stuff like that, and I started going out handing out carrier packets.
Okay.
So I went to one company. Like I said, they never called. Now I ran for them, but they never called me back off that carrier package.
Okay.
And
how did you run from the low board?
TQL.
Okay. Okay.
So TQL has a company based in my city.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right.
I know that.
So I went to TQL's base in my city and gave them a carrier packet. They never called me about the carrier packet.
Okay.
But there was another company sitting right next to me.
Okay.
And when I went to that, I just so happened to go ask the people if they were, because I asked TQL's person, was they affiliated, and he was like, no. So I go around the corner, and I just so happened to knock on the door, and the manager at the time, he was so excited. He said, I've never had anybody just come here. And they took my carrier packet. He paired me with somebody that was actually looking for a box truck.
Okay.
And I've been running for them ever since.
That's what I'm talking about. So in the beginning of your journey, you were doing that. You were going out and finding people to sign up with. But you also were doing a lot of Amazon. Now, very hardly do I hear you say Amazon now.
Right.
But back then, you were doing a lot of Amazon. So let's talk about that a little bit. What was it like in the beginning running Amazon? Like finding the loads from your area, the pay?
Well, Amazon does not have a lot of freight that leaves out of my city or area.
Okay.
Which
is Birmingham.
Which is Birmingham.
Right.
They do have one that does. We do have a fulfillment center that is a distribution of fulfillment center. Anyways, where it goes, that does send freight out, but it's not often.
Bessemer.
Yeah, out of the Bessemer.
Right.
But we were actually deadheading over to Atlanta.
Okay.
To get freight.
Which is good, because you can bring it back to your city and then go home.
Right, back into our state.
Right.
And so what we just so happened to get in right before peak for Prime Week.
Okay.
And so we were already trained enough to now look, everything Christy say that she does for her mentees is exactly what she does. I don't know how she do it. I don't know if she has some type of sleep disorder. But no matter what time it is, Christy gonna answer that phone.
Right.
Christy said she gonna be up at a certain time. She gonna be up. Don't call. I can't be no mentor, because y'all be out there stranded. Y'all be calling me talking about y'all ain't heard from me for 2 days. Y'all better call Christy. Y'all better call
24 hours, they have 24-hour access to me. Yeah. The only thing I ask is if it's after 12, don't text me. Call me, because I might not hear the text. But if you call, I'm going to answer.
2 o'clock in the morning, trying to run Amazon loads. Christy answering the phone. Sound like she just wiped the slob off the side of her mouth.
I did. Walter talking about get the phone. Get the phone.
So you ain't waking up. You're not waking up one. You waking up both. You actually waking up both. Now Walter don't say much.
No.
But
he over there like, you want? Sit up. Answer the phone.
Got them folks out there stranded.
Did you hear what she said? Sit up. We just believe in taking care of people.
And that they do. That they do. They got me out here in these streets for a coffee and a biscuit. They got
and she don't get the biscuit.
Look, I don't get no biscuit till I see that bride, just straight bride, right out here out there in these streets for a biscuit.
I warned her at the bi-weekly meeting that we were going to meet because a part of my mentorship is I have a broker that takes care of us, and in return I take care of the broker with my mentees, right? So Liz, I'm gonna tell you that story. I reached out to Liz when she was running Amazon and told her about this program, and that I had a fee, I had brokers, and I sent her the agreement. Well, Liz, being the business person that she is, was probably leery. It took her 6 months to sign the paper. Okay, she had to think on it. At least 2 months. How long was it?
It wasn't that, I had forgot.
Now that she done started, I can't get rid of her.
Like a hawk.
So she don't even ask the rate no more. I said, do you want? Yeah.
Now see, look. Let me tell you 2 things about me. I'm a realist and I'm a loyalist. And if a person is treating me fair and right, I ain't gotta ask you too much. But the moment I feel like I can't trust you, that loyalty goes out the window, and I'm going to constantly be asking because you done something that has made me uncomfortable.
Everybody should be loyal.
To the point that I have to now ask. But if I trust you, you don't never have to worry about me asking. Now, if anything, she probably like, do Liz read anything I send her?
Nothing. I should just be like, what you say? Okay. Sign.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. So the beginning of your journey, you were finding loads and brokers on your own, and you were doing Amazon, right? And at some point, you decided to take advantage of the OTR more, as well as the program that I offer. So how has it been since I've been helping to dispatch? Like, what's the difference? Because you're not, I'll send her anywhere. She said she didn't go past Virginia, but she went to Massachusetts
for Christy.
Right.
Now the rest of y'all don't call me.
And she going to Pennsylvania for me this time.
But the rest of y'all don't call me.
Right.
I go for Christy and Walter.
And she'll call you at 6 in the morning and say, hey, it's finna snow. I'm dropping now. No, you can't drop till now. No. It's finna snow. So anyway, how has it been since you've expanded your territory?
One, it's been very adventurous. The other thing is that I still don't like it. I'm just being honest. I like to be close to home. I like to be able to get back home. But what I have noticed is even though my truck governs out at 7, well, it really governs out at 69, it act like it governs out at 75.
Right.
But it governs out at 69. But when I need to get home, Q-tip brings it onto the house. And so I've never had no issues with getting home. But it's having to deadhead. You do a lot of deadheading, and you got to be prepared for the deadheading things that you
I think he know we recording because he said it right there.
You have to be prepared for the amount of deadheading that you are going to encounter. And you don't realize it's going to be more than 150 miles.
Sometimes,
yeah. A lot of times, especially during this season, this first part of the year, this first quarter, is a lot of the times, because I've been in places this year that I know for, when I went to El Paso, that I know for a fact the tumbleweed
was moving faster
than me. I had more tumbleweeds to leave El Paso faster than I could.
So that's a thing that a lot of people comment about. They talk about, oh, I'm not moving till I find a load and all of that. And that's never been our thing, right? We are gonna drop and get on through because, well, we have other businesses. We have other money to get to, so that's a big factor. But another thing is we're not gonna sit for 2 or 3 days to find another load. So the key for us has always been the rate that got us here.
Right.
So can you talk a little bit about that? Like, is it the rate that helps you to deadhead, or it's just the fact that you got to keep moving? Like, what's your reason?
Now, as far as since I've been working with you, the rate has been in a place where I can deadhead back home.
Okay, let me give y'all an example. What's your load today and what's the rate?
I actually have two. I'm a 1 pick, 2 drops for a total of 3,200. About what, 900 miles altogether?
995
miles altogether. And at $3,200 at $3,200. I'm not going past Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is actually a good state to drop in and be able to find a load out of there.
Yeah.
The first drop was in North Carolina, Greenville, North Carolina.
We're both going to Greenville, North Carolina.
And North Carolina is a good state to drop in as well and be able to find a load out of. These things, these little tidbits of information are very important because it be the minute stuff that people overlook. Dropping in Texas is good, but there's certain parts of Texas I just not gonna go into because the cities are so small,
right?
And you're going to have to wind up deadheading
to a bigger city,
to a major city, right?
So Liz, she don't know because I told her all this. So I'm gonna tell y'all because she didn't say it. So she has 2 loads, not a 2-stopper. She has two loads, 2 different load numbers. The first load is going 5 miles from where we're going. We're both going to Greenville, North Carolina, but the stores are 5 miles apart. That load pays $3.07 a mile. It pays $1,800. It pays $1,800 because she picks up today and she drops today, and we are driving 8.5 hours to get there. So it's pushing all of us for time. There was a sense of urgency with the load. The second load is going to Ardmore, Pennsylvania, and it pays $1,400, which is a regular rate. Her mileage from here to Greenville, North Carolina is 500. I'm a good dispatcher, y'all. I know my numbers. It's 586 miles. And then once she drops, I think you got 1 case. She has 4 cases that are going to Ardmore, PA, which is only 383 miles from where she's dropping. So she's almost there. And her total rate per mile is $3.22 a mile. It's $3.21.9. So those are the types of rates that we shoot for, and every day not gonna be like that. So anyway, all of those that I'm able to book for my mentees don't always pay that much, but they do give you a good rate. I think this is probably the best rate.
Well, I actually this is probably this is the company that we run for gives top rates, period.
Right.
The very first time I've ever ran for them was top rate, and it was worth the run that I did for them. This is outside of the person we're working with now.
Right.
And ever since then I was like, okay, anytime I see anything with that company's name on it, I'm looking for them.
You're gonna have to whisper in my ear and tell me who it is. I get it out you in a minute. I got a biscuit. I got a biscuit for you.
Boy, folks will work for a biscuit, boy. Folks will give all their secrets for a biscuit.
So last question. If you could give one piece of advice for the box truck drivers coming in, because And I'm asking this because rates are low. People are complaining that they're taking $1 a mile rates and stuff like that. We've already been through that in the beginning, right? And then when you become more seasoned, things change
right.
on your expectations. So what would be that one piece of advice that you would give to the newcomer about the types of loans that they accept for their business?
As far as the loans go, well, the advice period across the board, I would say this right here. Number one, don't get into this business if you're not a hustler.
Right.
If you're not no hustler by nature, this is not for you. Because the trucking business, I don't care how professional people try to make it sound, this, that, and the other, it is a professional business. Despite how people look, you are still at a level of professionalism, especially if you own your truck. If you are a true owner-operator, that's another subject too. A true owner-operator, you still are a professional business person. So if you are not a hustler, do not get into this business.
Right.
The other aspects of that, because, and that's just because of how these rates are. You can't be willing to just take anything, and you got to understand about negotiating your rates.
Right.
But Christy teaches that too. So
So join the mentorship program.
And that's the second piece of advice.
Yeah.
Get you a mentor.
Man, y'all been over here talking for a long time. What?
Anyway.
And keep you one goon on your team.
Very good. Well, Liz, thanks so much. I appreciate the interview.
It's not a problem.
Thank you so much, and thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see you in the next video.